I think all I have left is like the wiring harness. Got the exhaust done, got the wheel. I think I just have the controls. Remember these? I made these custom since we've got 2 drum brakes in the front. And we've got the throttle tube, billet throttle tube. Then signals, high and low beam, I believe, and horn. When you're wiring these Ruckuses up, literally don't go to Checker or Napa or whatever and buy like connectors like these piece of craps. Get the real deal. You can get them online. The actual terminal connectors that pop into the plugs, just like you would on an OEM bike. And get the right tool. So like for instance, I got, you know, one of these like this. See it? And I'll just slide one of my wires in there, the other side, crimp it down, pull it out, and you got an OEM connect, you know, type wire. That's as soon as I'm done, it'll just slide it right in. It just slides into these. I mean, I got to figure out which ones they go into, but yeah, that's what I would recommend. As you know, we do a lot of wiring. Take a minute to show off my little wiring, all my little wiring stuff. Tons of connectors, anything you'd ever want. Basically, just these things are full of like the right stuff. Where we do all of our custom wiring and harnesses. They even got like OEM Honda plugs, like these, for the stators. And yeah, just a bunch of stuff. Just get the best connectors when you do electrical because you'll be happy about it later. I learned the hard way. Let me just give you a little education on these. So this wire, this is like your basic like Chinese wire, and this is what you call Tefzel wire. These 2 wires, see the difference in size? They're both 18 gauge. So when you're doing wiring harnesses, use Tefzel wire. Let me show you another difference here. So if I like light these, heat these up, let me just put these both together. See the difference here? That Tefzel really didn't get burnt. This wire did. And it almost stays lit. So, just to give you an idea. Tefzel wire is the crap. And this whole harness is all Tefzel. You know, the best stuff. It makes it so it's really thin too. When you like this wire loom right here would be twice as thick. And then you got the original Honda wires here. And Tefzel. Better than Honda. Use Tefzel. You got my wiring diagram for our old harness here. Don't really use that anymore. This is probably going to be the last one on the road in this harness. Just because it takes so long and uses a vacuum operated fuel valve, fuel pump I mean, and not the OEM ECU. There's a bunch of things that benefit from using our brand new harness. Alright, well, voila. Done. Let's put these, well, let's get an Allen first. My style, I just bounce around, get it done. I don't really have a certain plan. I've just been doing it so long that I just kind of bounce around. Probably a good idea to write things down. This would be my 18th year as a motorcycle mechanic. A paid motorcycle mechanic. If you want to count being a mechanic means not having any money and being forced to work on something when you're 16, then we can add some years to that. Switch on the end. Okay, throttle cable. You ever seen one of these? What you do is you just pop it on just like that. And see that little hole there? Put your, we have these on the website by the way. I just cover it all up because even though you'd think it'd be a tight seal, it is not. Some people spray it till it starts squirting out the other end, but you really don't need to. It'll work its way down. Silky smooth now. Okay, resume. See, there's 3 slots here, which means that you have to choose which one is best. But you won't know that unless you have the cable plugged in at the other end. So, oh yeah, do you want to know the secret on how to use the stock Honda Ruckus cable? This bracket has been flipped around. See these 2 bolts? It used to be whoosh, that way. Not anymore. And see how it's wedged up against this bolt or this screw? So that when I pull it, it won't move. It's only held on by 1 screw with red Loctite, but this is wedged up. It won't go anywhere. It allows you to move your cable way in. You'll know what I'm talking about. If you're trying to use your cable and it doesn't fit, just flip the thing around. It'll work. Promise. Yeah, so pull's going to be on this side. Just get it kind of started. Meanwhile, back at the top, grease all down the cable channel. Keep her lubed. And the other thing, right there on the bar, not a lot. This is something that you have to keep up on. Otherwise the grease is a little full. Will start to get kind of tacky. You could even use like a light oil, like a WD-40 or cable lube. Actually, you know what? I am not smart. God has chosen not to bless me with good looks, charm, or even smarts. It's got to go this way, on this end. Like that. Let's see. Yeah, I think we got it. Yep. I'm actually going to move it up, though, to the next one just to try it. Perfect. Yeah, so it's going to be the second notch. You're using the stock cable. If you notice, I'm just moving it to the very end. Maybe just hanging off just a hair. Probably going to actually move that up a little bit because you don't want this to hit your battery box. And that's definitely, I've had that happen. See how it's right up on top there? We got free play, very important. This is the grip. I'm just going to spray some carburetor cleaner in there. Try not to get it everywhere. Or your hands, which it already is on my hands. I got it like kind of started. Let's see. It's going real slow. There we go. See, I've got the end just real close there now and flush. Let's try it. Oh yeah! That looks mega ultra slick, doesn't it? Alright, got to put the front brake cable in, but power lube. Alright, well there's that. Comes down, goes through the little eyelets, down into the hub. Now around back, this is our rear brake cable. Slide that through. Slide the spring through. Put the little NARP through and just lightly start it, just like that. So I've got it ran through here, up under just like this, and then under the tank and up. I'm just gonna install this grip really quick. Get this grip installed. Make sure you do it the right way. The carb cleaner is really good. You don't want to get it on any painted surfaces, but it's really good. And it slides right on until it dries, and it's nice and sticky. So I got everything nice and tight. Now I can just take my cable, line everything up, and slide it in. Now I can tighten the other end. So yesterday I had to take a little break because the camera died, the SD card was full, and so this is a new night. Here we go. Yesterday I got all these cables. I'll just catch you up really quick. Got all these cables zip tied, real nice. I've got this This is the stock bracket. Got the bracket installed. Ran the cable down, the brake cable down. Hooked up to the back. When I flip the bars left and right, the cables don't bind up. That's one thing that you definitely want to make sure and do. But now all I have left is the wiring harness, the tank cover, and the battery box, and probably a few other little random things. This is our old rolling wrench harness that we used to sell. We build these from complete scratch. We don't utilize the stock Honda Ruckus harness at all. But given the scenario on the bike that we're building now, it didn't have an original harness to go with. So I pulled this out of my 232cc before I did the fuel injection kit. So I kind of had it laying around, and I'm going to put this into that bike. The new harness that we have installs in like 15 minutes using the stock Honda Ruckus harness. It uses the fuel pump. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a really sweet harness. And it's all plug and play, like 15-minute install. So I just got to get this plate kind of like up here first. That's like step one. And it just bolts right to the stock bracket. I'm trying to set this thing up. This thing does super slick time lapses. You can do like moving time lapses. See, it's like a gimbal. Look at this. See, and I can move it. Alright, so everything is wired in, except for the front headlight. The headlight. I've got the battery in, all that number, fuel sensor hooked in, and get the cable, the ground coming back into the starter. Positive there. And got the taillight, stator, heat shrunk, coil. I don't have a start button. I need to wire up this right here. I'm going to drill a hole into the battery box. The flasher's working. Try the brake. Oh yeah. High beam. Perfect. There's the harness. Fairly clean. I think I'll probably like zip tie or something here once I get everything on. I forgot to turn the key off, and look what popped up. Oh yeah! Fuel gauge works. There's no gas in there. So we can mark that off the list. Left blinker, right blinker, high and low beam, horn. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Damn, that sucker's freaking loud. I want to punch something when I hear that. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this start button. I think I'm gonna sit on it here first. You figure you normally hold the front brake something and like right here. There it is. That's pimp. Little stainless steel button. Shit, yeah. All right, moment of truth. Let's see. Hold the brake. Oh yeah. I'm to the point now I can put that metal cover back on. Finally. You got to get all the screws, the little logos like all in the right spot. That's gonna look sharp. I haven't showed you guys the paint yet. Wait till you see the paint. It's freaking awesome. Pinstripe. Actually, that's your only clue.